big is the ego?
Alcohol.
She that bad? Oh wait, tell me more. Did that really happen?
Oh my gosh.
You're killing me. Is he insane? Fired her? Get me something to drink.
Alcohol.
Oh my god, shut up. Is he real or fake?
Let's go.
I'm your host, Marissa Harlan, and you're watching After the Show. Welcome back to After the Show. I'm your host, Marissa Harlan. After the Show is one-on-one interviews with professional actors and actresses revealing juicy details. And in this series, we're diving even deeper into the drama-filled world of Dear Love. And tonight, our third guest. She's the one Malcolm protects, and she's looking to make a name for herself too. Ladies and gentlemen, our third guest is none other than the lovely Wauhtuka Kayla Stewart, but you may know her better as Mariah Dubois. Check this out. Didn't. Thank you for joining me.
I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Let's dive into it. How did you land the role of Mariah?
Well, luckily for me, Phillip was actually teaching some modeling and acting classes I was taking at John Casablanca's, and he kind of just recruited me onto the set. So it was really exciting when he asked me. I was pretty ecstatic to do it. It was something that I have been wanting to do for a really long time. So for him to give me the opportunity just meant a lot to me.
You've been acting on this show for 2 years now. Did you ever think this show would make it to the 4th largest streaming platform in the world?
I'm not gonna say I didn't think that, because I had a lot of faith in Phillip. He's told me his vision from the beginning, and I had a lot of faith in him. So I kind of knew that eventually something like this could really become a reality.
Now, I did my homework on you, and there's something special about the name Wauhtuka. What does that mean to your family?
Yes, so I'm actually a third generation Wauhtuka. So I'm named after my mom. My mom's first name is Wauhtuka, and she's named after my grandmother. So I am Wauhtuka the third.
Tell me about your hobbies. What do you like to do when you're not working?
When I'm not working, man, I have so many different passions. The main thing I love to do is dance. I am a dancer, so I want to say that's the main thing. I love to go and take classes and perform and be on stage. So translating from being on stage to in front of the camera was really fun.
What's your favorite meal and why?
My favorite meal? Ooh, I want to say burrito tacos at the moment. They're so good. I just love Mexican food.
Let's talk training. What was your acting training like?
Man, it's mostly been through Phillip, honestly. He's a great mentor. He's taught me pretty much almost everything I know. And learning from him has just been such an amazing learning opportunity. He knows a lot. He's been doing this for a really long time. So I'm just trying to soak up as much as I can from him, honestly.
Now here's a follow-up. How does your training help you prepare to become Mariah?
Man, becoming Mariah, she feels like an extension of myself a little bit. She has a passion for fashion, and so do I. And the training that I've had really just helps me get into character, really helps me bring her to life. I really enjoy playing Mariah. It's like getting to play like another part of myself. So it's really fun. It's great.
From your perspective, who is the character Mariah?
The character Mariah, she's definitely Malcolm Dubois' little sister. To me, she's like all the best parts of Malcolm. You know, Malcolm, he's so intense and intimidating, but I feel like he did his best to try to raise Mariah to have all of his best qualities and almost none of his worst ones. So in a way, I feel like she's like Malcolm's better half.
Here's a question. What do your friends and family say now that you're a celebrity actress?
My family's so proud. They're big fans of the show. They talk about it all the time. We have a family group chat that they just kind of rave about the show in all the time. But they don't treat me any differently. I'm still Wauhtuka and I'm still the baby. So, they don't pump me up too much, but they know it's kind of a big deal.
Now we have more to discuss with my guest, Wauhtuka Kayla Stewart, who plays Mariah Dubois on the drama series Dear Love. I'm your host, Marissa Harlan, and you're watching After the Show.
Are you sure you don't want to do anything else?
Like what? Could you really see me taking your order at Mickey D's?
Hell no.
Exactly. I have a bachelor's and an MBA. Fashion is what I love, and I want to follow in my big brother's footsteps.
Malcolm and Mariah share a brother and sister relationship on screen. How does your real life add to you acting as Mariah?
So I actually don't have any siblings. I'm an only child. So Phillip, like I said, he's been a mentor to me, and we've grown really close over the past couple of years doing Dear Love and filming. He's been great. I feel like he's my big brother in real life, honestly. We have a great relationship on and off set. He's very encouraging me, and he really does bring the best out of me, just like a big brother would. So definitely would say it's just really been a great ride.
Now there's a scene that got a lot of fans super edgy. Let's run the clip.
Well, as fun as this is, we have a party to attend, so give me your phone. Now you have my number. Call me and set up that dinner. You have 24 hours to impress me, Mr. Quentin.
Oh, you remember. What's your name?
This is the last little bit of information I give you. After this, you have to work for it. I'm not as easy as you might think.
I never said you were easy.
Of course you didn't, but it doesn't stop you from hoping nonetheless.
Come on, Mariah! Let's go! Let's take some shots! Time to party! Seriously!
Fair enough. So what is your name?
The name is Mariah Dubois.
You and Quentin exchanged numbers. Did you know that would get a lot of fans super upset?
I did think it would agitate a lot of the fans. If you've watched and Quentin is Andrea's ex, so it's in a way kind of the weirdest thing, you know what I mean? For him to go to Andrea to Malcolm's little sister Mariah, and I feel like, but that's what makes their relationship so spicy, and I really do think the fans were, the fans were more mad at Quentin, you know what I mean? It's like, why would you do that? But everything's happening right under Mariah's nose and Andrea's too. It's like both of them are so oblivious, and I feel like throughout the show, Mariah was on Andrea's team, and if she knew, she probably would never do anything like that. So for the viewers to watch and know exactly what's going on, it's kind of like intense. Like, oh my gosh, are they ever gonna find out? Are they ever gonna confront each other? It's just so crazy.
Now at Gio's party, you link up with your brother Malcolm Dubois, who's played by Phillip Bufford. Who do you think is tougher to please, Phillip Bufford or the fans, and why?
Man, well, I feel like Phillip has put us on such a, in the best way possible, just put us on such a pedestal. He expects greatness out of us, and that's the way he brings it out of us, so it's really great. And as far as the fans, they've all been so amazing. I'm so happy about all the love we're getting on the show. But honestly, I don't know who is harder to please. I'm gonna say Phillip, only because, like I said, he just really expects that greatness out of us, but that's really brings out the best.
Now there's the season 1 finale that captured everyone's attention. Let's play that clip.
See, now that is what working out looks like. That's why you should come work out with me more.
Girl, she could work out for the both of us.
Mariah, what's wrong?
I can't believe she's here.
Mariah, Who is that?
That's Malcolm's ex.
I'm pretty sure he has plenty of ex-girlfriends. Why do you look like that?
What was it like filming that scene with Candace Dobbins?
Candace is great. Honestly, it's one of the only scenes, if not the only scene I have with her. So I loved working with her. She's gorgeous. She's a great actress. She really brought the character Lana to life, and you really got to see like what kind of power Lana really holds over Malcolm in that scene, and Mariah knows that. So I was really just trying to bring that shock factor to the scene, because Mariah was so surprised when she saw Lana for the first time in 10 years. So yeah, working with her was amazing.
What was it like to see that scene on television?
Man, I knew exactly what was gonna happen, you know what I mean? And I was still shocked and in awe. Like I said, she brought the character Lana to life, and I feel like she really shocked everyone on set, you know what I mean? Even though we were there witnessing it firsthand, the shock factor, it was always there, and I feel like it was all because of her. Like I said, she really brought that scene to life, and she really brought what needed to be brought.
Yo, do you know who's here?
Yes, I can't believe you invited her.
I didn't invite her. I didn't even know she was in town.
My brother is going to flip the hell out.
I loved it when Gio ran up to you after Lana showed up. What was it like acting with Todd McClendon?
Oh my gosh, Todd is such a ball of energy. I love his energy and all the energy he brings to set. It's always great working with him. It's always a great time. Working with him doesn't really feel like work, you know what I mean? Because it's always so much fun. We also get along great on and off set, so working with him feels really natural, you know what I mean? So that scene was really fun because it was high energy, you know what I mean? We had all these like shock factors, and I really just like our chemistry on camera. It's, you know, he's Malcolm's best friend, so he's like Mariah's uncle, you know what I mean? And I'm really close with my uncle in real life, so it's kind of cool to bring real life and, you know, onto the camera and see it translate so easily with Todd. So yeah.
Now there's more to discuss with my guest, Wauhtuka Kayla Stewart, who plays Mariah Dubois on the drama series Dear Love. I'm Marissa Harlan, and you're watching After the Show.
Don't look at me like that. You didn't do anything, so I did. I stood next to Andrea when Lana arrived, and I stood next to her while you and Lana had your little moment. She was heartbroken, and you did that, Malcolm. My big brother did that.
I get it, Mariah. I told you I'll see her, and I will. Now enough on the subject.
Malcolm, all I'm saying is...
I said enough.
As siblings often do, Malcolm and Mariah argued over Lana and Andrea. Do you think Malcolm was wrong in the way he reacted to Lana?
In my personal opinion, I'm gonna say no, only because it came as a surprise to him. He was not expecting her, and you know, this is a woman that he loves, even though Andrea was still in the picture. You know, she came out of Lana came out of nowhere, and he didn't do anything. He didn't make a move. No sudden movements were made. So honestly, I feel like he handled it as gracefully as he could, being so surprised and taken back. I can't imagine what was going through Malcolm's mind, but the fact that he did nothing, I feel like that was the best he could do in that moment. So
here's a question I've been waiting to ask. So how does it feel to argue with Phillip Bufford?
Man, so Phillip is such a great guy in real life, but when he is in the character of Malcolm, he can be really intense. And Malcolm and Mariah arguing is nothing new. Of course, they're brother and sister, so they've been arguing their whole lives. So he doesn't intimidate Mariah as much as he would intimidate someone in his office. But Mariah's never had a problem telling him off and, saying what he needs to hear. Mariah was really letting him have it and was really trying to tell him about himself. And of course, he wasn't trying to hear it because he's Malcolm. But Mariah didn't shy away from letting him know he was wrong and he needed to handle the situation with Andrea head on. So that scene was really a pivotal point, I feel like, because it finally addressed the tension between him and Andrea, especially after the party.
Now this thing between you and Q seems to be really heating up. Let's run the clip.
So I hear working with family can be challenging. Do you find that to be the case?
Ooh, absolutely. You heard of the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, right?
Yeah, of course. Who haven't heard of the Grinch Who Stole Christmas?
Well, my brother, he's the Grinch Who Stole Friday.
Ooh, that bad, huh?
It can be. He has a big heart, but it's just surrounded by a lot of pain.
How was it like acting with Markel Drake?
So me and Markel were actually friends, and so the scene, it wasn't weird or anything, you know what I mean? We're great friends. We have really good chemistry. He made it super not weird, but we both feel really comfortable with each other. So like I said, the scene was really fun to film. I know the date got a little spicy, and if you're watching, he was getting some really valuable information out of Mariah, but Mariah was having a great time. She loved talking to him. Like I said, Markel's great to work with. Yeah.
Hey, real life question. Is acting on a date any different than being on a real date?
Absolutely. Being on a real date is clearly unscripted, so I feel like an acting date it's scripted. So, there's no pressure to say the right thing, or, you're playing a character. So, it's not, you're not the one actually on a date. It's your character. Mariah was on a date. Wauhtuka wasn't on a date. So it's definitely way less pressure than a real date, honestly. Like I said, the scene with Markel was really fun. So it's probably way more fun than a real date, honestly, because like I said, it's scripted. He can't necessarily say the wrong thing. So
what was your most memorable time being on the set of Dear Love?
Memorable time, probably filming the party, honestly, because we had so much of the cast in the same room, and it actually felt like a real party. So it was really fun.
Are you working on any new projects?
Any new projects? Some new projects are in the works, but I'm not gonna say too much yet, so just stay tuned.
Kayla, I wish we had more time together, but I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having me.
That was my interview with Wauhtuka Kayla Stewart, who plays Mariah Dubois on the drama series Dear Love. Next up, he's a fashion designer who loves to drink, party, and sometimes get naked. Join me next time for my next guest. I'm Marissa Harlan, and you've been watching After the Show.